I've got a little riddle for you this morning. What is something that we really don't like when we're fishing, but that we really love to have happen in the hot summer times, the dog days of summer? Good morning, guys and girls. July the 8th. We are getting right into this good hot summertime, the dog days of summer. It's beautiful out here this morning, actually, beautiful. We're going to look at the prophet Isaiah 26:7. Isaiah 26:7. You know, the prophet Isaiah was the one that gave the news from God to Hezekiah that he's going to let Hezekiah live another 15 years after he had gone in and told him that to put his affairs in order, that his sickness was going to end in death. And then Hezekiah prayed. God changed his mind. I just throw that in. I was thinking, and every time I see the prophet Isaiah, I think about that. Isaiah 26:7. This has got nothing to do with it today. I just throw that in. Isaiah 26:7. The path of life is level for those who are right with God. The path of life is level for those who are right with God. You know, as I looked at that the other day, the first thing I thought about was wind. That's right, wind. Because we think of level water or bumpy water. That's what we think about as fishermen. Windy days in July and August are a blessing in the South. In fact, if we can just get a little breeze in the dog days of summer, it really, really makes a difference. Most of the year, though, wind and good fishing don't go hand in hand. We like nice, level water. Chris calls it bumpy. She doesn't like bumpy water. We like nice, level water. You know, by the way, I meant to say this when I started, and I got talking about Hezekiah there, which is one of my favorite stories in the Bible. But I just want to thank everybody. We've added about 7,000 people to the Jimmy Houston Outdoors YouTube channel since last Sunday. We've added about 7,000. I just got to thank everybody for all the sharing you're doing. And the baby deer have had a lot to do with that, I'm sure, because everybody loves those baby deer. They're really easy to love. But the other thing is we've added about 50 people or to 100 people a day in our Catch of the Day Daily Devotional. I want to thank you for that, too. That's really been a big deal. And I think we added about 50 yesterday. So we were about 3,300 on this little channel. And we're over 2,000 people a day are listening to this Daily Devotional every day. And letting God make their lives better. And that's what's important. All right, getting back to this devotional. God says that if we get right with Him, your path through life will be smooth. Isn't that cool? We get right with Him, your path through life will be smooth. Does that mean we'll have no problems, no bumps, no mountains? Well, of course not. Very few people, if any, will go through life like that. I believe what the promise means is that God will smooth out those bumps and those mountains. Reliance on Him and knowing with confidence that He holds my future can flatten out even the roughest terrain. Trust in God, knowing that God will solve your problems. That's what it's all about. It's just like whatever bumps, whatever mountains you have in front of you, God can turn those mountains into smooth roads. The path of life is level for those who are right with God. You get right with God by putting Him first in your life, honoring Him in everything you do, making Jesus Christ your Lord and Savior. Here's our tip for the day, and this is a great one for the summertime. This is one of the best things to do in the summertime. A rubber frog bait is ideal for heavy vegetation in ponds and lakes. So if you got some heavy vegetation, and I'm looking out at our lake there right now, and I mean, I fertilized, Chris and I fertilized this week, and it does what it does a lot when we fertilize. All the grass came to the top. So, but we got a real good algae bloom on the water. And that grass will start going down in the next day or two, and it's going to be a lot better out there. But we've got the perfect algae bloom out there. We really got a good one. I mean, the water's green. It's green. But that rubber frog, a plastic frog, like a spro frog, a scum frog, even the little ribbit frog that Lonnie Stanley makes, anything that you can fish up on top of those pads. And one thing to remember about frogfish, this is the most important thing, is you've got to fish with braided line. Use a big hook, 6 or 7 odd hook. And the other thing is you want to pause when you get a bite. Don't set the hook as soon as you blow up, or you're going to miss 6 or 7 or 8 out of 10. You got to pause a little bit. I like to count to 3 before I set the hook on a frog. And you got to count like a Southern boy. Don't count like a Yankee. 1, 2, 3. Set the hook. You set the hook too fast. Count like a Southern boy. 1, 2, earn hard, set the hook. Guys and girls, go out there and have you a great one today. I love you.